Hello everybody, welcome back to Appalachian Cemetery Hunting. Today's going to be part 3 and our last part of the Beth card, UMC Cemetery. Come on, let's go. Now we're still in Jefferson County, Tennessee, in the shadow of the Great Smoky Mountains. And this video is our third and final video of the series of looking at this historic cemetery. And it is the Beth Carr United Methodist Church in White Pine community of Jefferson County. And it's located just east of White Pine off of Interstate 81. And there is a reminder that the church itself was founded in 1787 and the first burial was 1800. So you know there is so much history laying in this ground. And again, there is a lot more people than what we're going to cover, 210 people to be exact. And for the sake of time, we've been looking for those who have died before 1920. And also will always acknowledge our veterans. So let's get started and see who we can find today. We got Carol Will Merritt, 1883 to 1890, only 7 years old. And this picture shows her grave with a border around it. We have Charles Dabney Merritt, 1841 to 1889, and he was born in Pennsylvania. Now Charles served as a sergeant, then as a second lieutenant in the Company A of the 2nd Virginia Infantry in the Confederate Army during the Civil War. Now this regiment that he served in was known as the Blue Ridge Rifles. Come on guys, some of you history buffs out there about the Civil War, give me some more information about the Blue Ridge Rifles. Love to hear it. Now he surrendered his company on April the 9th, 1865 at the courthouse that the Confederate General Robert E. Lee was surrendering to the Union General Ulysses S. Grant. Of course, now this ended the Civil War. That's rich history. We have Drury Mims or Mims. I'm going to say Mims, M-I-M-S, not sure. 1880 to 1884, just under 4-year-old. So sad. Lula Mims, 1877, and died 3 months later. Mary Ann Hurley Mims, 1840 to 1908, with her husband, Moses Jasper Mims, 1835 to 1909. And as you can see, he has a Masonic emblem on their headstone. But now Moses did serve as a 3rd lieutenant in Company I of the 62nd Tennessee Mounted Infantry in the Confederation Army during the Civil War. Now we have Cal Montgomery, 1881 to 1884, only 3 years old. Carolyn Elizabeth Franklin Montgomery, 1831 to 1909, and her husband, William Allen Montgomery, 1829 to 1905. Now, William was a Baptist minister, and he also received a law degree in Tennessee. In the 1850s, William was a cotton planter in Texas. Now, during the Civil War, he did serve in the Confederate Army as a chaplain. And from 1888 to 1892, William presided over Carson Newman University in East Tennessee. That is awesome. We have their son Frank L. Montgomery, 1858 to 1916, and he was born in Washington County, Texas. And his brother, his mother, Sarah Jarnigan Montgomery, 1797 to 1867, and his father, William H. Montgomery, 1796 to 1873. So that looks like some early settlers. Now this is William and Caroline's son, William Hamilton Montgomery, 1862 to 1882, and he was born in Texas. Then there's Gerald Cooper Moody, 1916 to 1918. Now this is such a sad, sad story. We found a newspaper clipping that said he was killed when his clothes caught fire from an open fireplace, and he was just under 3 years old. Oh, what a brutal death for a baby. And I've seen that happen before too. I've heard of that a lot of times, and especially in this time. You know, they have that fireplaces in their homes, and the babies are just toddling around and you know, probably getting under the mom's feet, and just so sad. So sad to be burned. Oh, let's move on. Now we have his brother, William Hoy Moody, 1912 to 1970. Now he served as a Technician 5 in Company I of the 323rd Infantry in the U.S. Army during World War II. Now we have Hugh M. Moore, 1838 to 1893, with his wife Lida Dixon Moore, 1847 to 1905. We got Jesse Moore, now listen at this date, 1770 to 1851, with his wife Martha Moore, 1782 to 1849. So Jesse and Martha, more likely first settlers there, early settlers at least. And then we got Julianne Moore, 1815 to 1850, Martha Moore, 1818 to 1870, Mary Jane Keel Moore, 1832 to 1910, Amanda Nelson, 1845 to 1912, Helen Miller Overholt, just a baby, born and died August the 18th of 1915. Then there's another one, Mildred Overholt, born and died December the 19th of 1916. Also another infant with the initials ERP, Jr., and we know that this baby was born and passed away in 1901. Now we have Gabriel Franklin Page, 1809 to 1881. We don't know that he was, what church he pastored, but he was an ordained minister. So I'd like to know if he pastored that church there, the United Methodist Church. That's possible. And next to him is his wife, Matilda Frances Joan Page, 1818 to 1903. She and Gabriel were originally from North Carolina. We have a Jessie Elizabeth Pryor, 1900 to 1901. Only lived for a year. Mac Pryor, another baby, 1893 to 1896. Creed W. Rankin, 1821 to 1862. Now his headstone says that he was a colonel, but the only thing that we could find out that he did die during the Civil War. We don't know which side he fought for. So if anybody wants to, if there's any family members there that has some information, leave them in the comments for us. We love reading those. Now we have Martha Polly Moore Ralston, 1744 to 1806, and she was born in Bedford County, Virginia. Next to her is her husband Matthew Ralston, 1742 to 1800, and he was born in Augusta County, Virginia. Now Matthew served as a private in Captain Mills' company of the Virginia Militia during the American Revolution. There we are. We got some early settlers of East Tennessee, and he was a Revolutionary soldier. There's some history. Moving on, we got Martha Rogers, 1782 to 1849. Another early settler. Scott Swan Rogers, 1883 to 1907. Seth Rogers, 1805 to 1850. Bruce Samples, 1924 to 2005. Now, Bruce, he served as a sergeant in the U.S. Army during World War II, and he was awarded the Bronze Star for valor for his actions on the battlefield. And then we got Katie Lee Baxley Sarton, 1898 to 1920. Joseph Reese Self. Now, that's an not odd, but a unique last name, Self. They called him Joe, 1842 to 1907, and we don't have a picture of his grave. But if you see this picture here, it looks like it was taken right after the Civil War. But now, during the Civil War, he served as First Sergeant in Company I of the 29th Tennessee Infantry in the Confederate Army. And Joe was wounded at the Battle of Perryville, Kentucky. Now, we did go up to Perryville battlefield at one time. It's a solemn place. And I tell you, they had to be some hand-to-hand combat in that area. It's a very beautiful place that they put there, but once you look out on those fields, you can see that they was so close, and it was just brutal. But after he returned to Greene County, Tennessee, he was arrested by Federals as a potential Confederate spy. And then they imprisoned him in Knoxville, Tennessee, stockade, and forced. Now, he was forced to swear allegiance to the United States before they released him. Now we got Robert T. Shipley, 1876 to 1916. Carol Edward Sinnard, 1945 to 2019. He served as a specialist 4th class in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War. We also have another soldier here, Daniel Eugene Sinnard, 1954 to 2025. That is so recent. We couldn't find a picture of his grave because it's so new, but he passed away this past July, and he was a veteran of the U.S. Army. Thank you, sir, for your service. Moving on, we have John Houston Sinnard, 1829 to 1910. He served in Company F of the 6th Georgia Cavalry in the Confederate Army during the Civil War. And we're thinking that this photo of him was taken right after the war. Now we have Benjamin Porter Smith, 1845 to 1913. And here's his military stone. Benjamin served as a private in Company C of the 9th Tennessee Cavalry in the Union Army during the Civil War. So we've had a lot of Confederate soldiers and Revolutionary soldier, and now we got a Union guy. Next we have C.P. Smith, 1911 to 1920. D. Walter Smith, 1867 to 1885. D.J. Smith, 1895 to 1911. Emma Baker Smith, 1850 to 1891. And we also found an infant daughter of the Smith family who was born September 28th and passed away the same day in 1894. We have George Talley, 1884 to 1906, and his brother Alexander, 1893 to 1909. Irene May Haskley Talley, 1900 to 1912, and her sister Minerva, 1861 to 1919. So maybe that might have been the yellow fever that come through. don't know. We have Marshall Talley, 1898 to 1911. And it looks like that this family lost quite a few of its members close together. Very sad. We have Armstead Carter Talley. He was born in 1813. We don't have a death date, but as far as we know, there is no picture of his grave. The picture that was taken from a glass plate negative, and it may have been taken in the 1850s. We're not exactly sure about that. It was found in a family member's cabin in Arkansas, and the handwriting is that of his granddaughter, Retta Lodema Talley Neville. Next, we have his wife, Jane Ona Campbell Talley, 1809 to 1896. Their son, Benjamin Hardin Talley, 1850 to 1917. Now, Benjamin was a pastor. We don't know which church he pastored, but we do know that he was a minister. And we have his son, Freddie Franklin Talley, 1800 to 1894. Next is Marie Talley, 1816 to 1902. Amanda Jane Thornburg, 1836 to 1908. Her husband, Jasper N. Thornburg, 1838 to 1906. Jasper served as a private in Company G of the 61st Tennessee Infantry in the Confederate Army during the Civil War. And next to them is their son, Charles D. Thornburg, 1879 to 1888. Richard Ward, 1845 to 1920. Now for this video, there's only one person that there is no picture of their grave, and that is Margaret Elizabeth McCoy. I think it's McCoy, I'm not sure. 1907 to 1908, and she was only 10 months old. Whew, that's a lot of people. And that's actually going to wrap up our look at Beth Carr United Methodist Church in White Pine. I told you there was a lot of history there, and like we always say, you just never know what you find until you start looking, digging that history. I mean, unbelievable history, especially Jefferson County so far. Wow. So thank you for bearing with me with this video. It's a little longer than usual, but I wanted to go ahead and finish this cemetery up so we can move on to a new one. So guys, share, hit like and subscribe. Leave us your comments. We would love to hear them. And I've got a special prayer request. Would you please pray for my mother? She's in hospice. I'm taking care of her here at home. And things just don't look good. And if you guys would just lift us up in prayer, you know, that would be so appreciative. Because it's hard. It's hard for her. It's hard to be a caretaker. And we just need all your prayers and thoughts. So, God bless you all. We'll see you next week with a new video. You never know where we may pop up. So, catch you next week. See you later. Bye-bye.